You know, if you think about it, pull-ups is one of those exercises that helps to produce testosterone at levels that are just, you know, comparable to like squats, bench pressing, and rowing, like heavy rows, deadlifting, hip thrusting. These are really high testosterone producing exercises, if that makes any sense. And if you produce high testosterone, you burn fat at a higher rate than most people. People are like, oh, lifting heavy doesn't make you burn fat. It's like, initially, no. But over time, doing heavy exercise makes you burn way more fat over time than doing cardio or doing any kind of other exercising. You know, it's a matter of how much are you eating. Really, that's what makes a big difference. But at the end of the day, if you're not training to get stronger, if you're not doing really hard, heavy lifting, you're not going to increase your metabolism significantly, you know. You're just going to be burning calories, and some of those calories will come off as fat, whereas when you're using like heavy weight to produce testosterone, what happens is testosterone is a fat burner. It's a natural fat burner. Like, people inject this stuff in them and they actually burn fat at incredible rates. You have that in you naturally without having to use an injection. You can produce natural testosterone by just lifting heavy, and over time you can produce levels of testosterone naturally comparable to people who are using. I know a lot of people that are using that don't look like they are even using. And I'm never going to use testosterone steroids. It's my personal choice. I decided not to. I want to lift natural forever because I've seen so many natural people that are really jacked, and I want to be like that. It's just a matter of being smarter with your training, and that's how you get to the point where you look like, you look really jacked and you burn fat at a higher rate being natural. If you try to just do walking and just do cardio, it's like, yeah, you'll burn some fat to a certain degree, but you won't naturally speed up your metabolism. The afterburn effect, that ain't gonna happen. You can literally be burning fat sitting down doing nothing for hours after your workout just because your central nervous system is so tapped that it needs to recover. And the amount of calories it takes to recover your central nervous system as opposed to just replenishing glycogen, right? Think about that. Glycogen from cardio, think about that, Over time, who do you think is going to burn more fat? The person who just walks every single day, maybe does some jogging a little bit, and oxidizes the life out of his muscle? Or a person who over 2 years went from benching like 150 pounds to benching near 2 plates? The guy who's benching 2 plates, he's producing higher testosterone than the guy who can't bench 2 plates. I would argue that. And the guy who can do pull-ups for reps in the 10s or more, anywhere from 8 to 10 or more, that guy's going to have higher testosterone than the guy who's just doing cardio and spinning his wheel at the gym. So that's another little fitness tip for you.